Hi, welcome back. All right. We had some technical difficulties, but we back. Hopefully everybody figures out that it's supposed to come to the new room in the chat.
They'll get
Okay.
there.
All right, so here we are, back where we were.
Back to the rooster.
Back to the rooster. So we take this whole bit of business, and then on this side, we're going to flip this bit down, and then rotate this back behind the leg, and kind of tuck it in back there. And then this is just going to fold around, and then this wing tip, I guess, whatever the hell you want to call it, is going to go into that slot like that, and that's just going to push in. And then we're going to rotate it at the knee. And then we're going to flip out the heel, flip out the next heel, flip out the foot, and then pull down this little door. And that covers that. And then for the kneecap, I haven't even done this yet because I heard these were a pain in the butt to do, but we can flip this little piece out, and then we can rock the knee up and slot that in there and give it a little push. Well, that doesn't feel like it's going to be. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, what?
That's not too bad. Ben was making it out to look a lot worse than that, but
Who?
Ben's Collectibles.
What does he know about knees?
I think his knee. I think his knee will work.
Jeez, that's harsh.
That was a little too soon.
Oh my god.
We come to this side, fold this bit around.
I'm such an animal.
So this part I was having trouble with because I didn't pay attention when I transformed it the first time because I couldn't figure out where this wingtip goes. But you just fold it this way over like that, and it's going to stick out a little bit, but it is what it is. So this folds up the same as the other one. Why are we not? Something's not lined up right.
Right, when it doesn't go, you know how you do it. You just push until it does.
Why is this not? Oh, it's probably something's not lining up right. 1 second, what's going on? Oh, this bit of business. So this piece has to be folded up.
Yeah, that caught me too.
So that should make it fit. Everything gets in the way, so you just kind of got to work around it. There we go. Now that'll fit.
I have to say, I love how they made the round thing square for the legs. I think that's great.
Which round thing?
The fuselage of the plane, I guess. You know.
Oh, they kind of do. They kind of don't. They do trick. They do do a little bit of a trick, but we'll get to it.
I like. I mean, it gives me hope for the Zeta Unicron. I mean, Fans Project used to do crazy shit like this too, man. They could make round things square. You know, it's crazy.
Fold this bit down. Fold the little door down. Again, we're going to pull this little bit out, rock this up, and plug that in. And so if you don't plug this in, the knees are floppy.
Very floppy.
Very, very floppy. But once you do this, they're fine. So that's definitely just a matter of it wasn't packed, transformed properly. Did I not turn
It's just a weird design anyway.
So that's the legs done, even though, yeah, I mean, I guess you could leave it like that. I just call it done. But we're going to keep going.
Some kind of reverse girl walk. Some kind.
So the nose cone can just kind of hang out back there for now. So now, let's see. The next thing we got to do is we got to come under here. We got to lift up on this bit here, which is die cast. Lift that up. That unlocks these bits.
Just like their which Dinobot did that? Snarl? Either Snarl or Stomp.
I'm trying to fold the wrong way. So fold this out, fold that out, fold this out, fold that out, and then rotate it at this joint up here, which is not the waist. This is like the, I might have to do a little bit more sideways. This joint up here. And then once we do that, which is still not, there we go. Once we do that, before I forget, you have to pull out on the...
Pulling out. I need to pull out.
See this round bit in there? You guys kind of pull on the thigh until that comes all the way out. Now, this part is a pain in the ass because this doesn't want to line up properly, but it's gonna be too hard to show, but there's a peg.
Wait, pull on what now?
That you have to pull on the thigh to get that thigh swivel. So when you transform it to jet mode, you have to push up on it and move the thigh up.
Wait a minute.
See that ball right there?
Yeah.
You got to cover that ball by pushing up like that. It doesn't move a ton, but it does move some.
Look at that. I'm gonna pull on my legs.
You do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
So there's like a trapezoidal peg right there, and there's a corresponding hole on the other side. And then what we have to do is kind of fold the legs up
That makes a world
and
of
then
difference.
bend it down here and then kind of try to line them up. Okay, they lined up decently. Now to lock them, we're just going to push this back down. And that'll lock those legs together. We could fold these bits down and the legs are done.
Those armatures are making me nervous.
Yeah, they're not good.
Those
They're
pretzels.
definitely not good. These
I've had
pretzels are making me thirsty. Before I
so
forget,
many break there. Armatures like that break so easy.
So we're going to lift the
Salt
head
on
up.
this panel's making me thirsty.
We're going to lift this head up now just to get it done. This is all going to be a floppy mess until we get it, all the way done. So the next thing we got to do. 1 second, I got to kind of do this off camera. Let me do it in my lap a little bit, so to speak.
Oh,
Bow, chicka, bow.
Just because there's so much crap going everywhere.
Pulling out and doing it in the lap.
So
Mhm. Pretzels.
making me thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
dude, pull up on the ball joint. That's crazy.
So now we got to get
Not sure if I like it this way.
these bits out.
I'm pushing my balls back in. I like it better the other way. I think it's more sturdy that way.
So we got to get these bits out and then fold them out. You can see the mushroom peg and there's a swivel. Like that. Do the same thing on the other side. There's not a whole bunch of clearance.
Those red shorts, Ace?
Yeah. Is that a problem?
No, I'm just curious. Dude.
Do your yoga
Shut up.
people not like red shorts?
No, not at all.
Getting these out is a pain. This is not fun. This is not well thought out. There we
We
go.
can't see any.
It's too much of a pain to get out. So you just got to get those out like that. So now, as you can see, this isn't the most elegant transformation.
The weirdest silver bolt ever.
And I think I kind of messed that up because now I think I was supposed to put these up first. Yeah, I was probably supposed to put those up first. So let's get these. All right, we got to fold these bits up because these are in the way.
Maybe you're just doing things out of order.
It's possible.
What did Ben say to do?
I don't know. Go watch this video. Let me know. Yeah, these got to end up behind. So I think I got to fold these bits back. All right. So I think we got to open this up. I think we got to splay these back down. I think we got to fold these bits back up. So I can swing these back.
No, I think the armatures swing the other. Oh, you did it that way.
Back like that.
Oh.
So let me raise the camera so you can kind of see better. Yeah, so these got to swing back and around. And they're hitting something.
You almost need to hold them upside down and when you're going to transform the...
Yeah, well, when I was transforming, that's why I'm having troubles, because when I was transforming it the last time, it was on a couch, and I was able to kind of leave it in my lap. And it was not as difficult. Still a pain in the ass, but not as much of a pain in the ass. All right, so
That's where Ace realized the cone was hollow.
It was about this far I got before I said, the hell with this, and went back to bot mode.
so hold on. I gotta again. Some of this stuff I just got to do on my lap, just because it's too much of a pain to try to line everything up. I see these legs aren't lining up properly now.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Okay, I got it. Crisis averted. Okay, so now these arms, we got to fold these bits up. I'm going to do it the same on this side. And then we got to bring them up. And then back on the shoulders. Bless you.
Thanks.
And now, what am I doing wrong here? Oh, these are on the inside. They're supposed to be on the outside. So this whole armature is just going to kind of sit like that. These are going to push in on the rails.
There you go.
And they're going to peg in. So they peg in here and here. So we'll do that again over here. You just got to make sure the shoulders are back and rock them away. What am I hung up? Oh, again, I'm hung up on that. So this has got to come out. And this is going to all... There we go. So it pegs in here and here. It's two different places. So now we're in kind of in the home stretch. Like I said, not fun.
Come on.
So we're going to fold this bit up.
You're hiding all the good parts.
We're going to rock this bit until it kind of locks in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't lock in, it just holds in there. But once we get the backpack all together, it's actually it will lock. So this is gonna rock up. The shoulders. So this has to come up first, and this is another pain in the ass part. In case you haven't realized it, there's lots of pain in the ass parts.
I'm not getting warm and fuzzies for combined.
No, I'm not getting warm to fuzzy about anything about this thing. So we're going to rock this up. And then we have to fold this bit. So we got these little red bits. We got to kind of open up these little panels. And we're going to fold it down and around. And there we go. So kind of got to get the clearance, pull everything around. So this floppy bit that was flopping before, we're going to fold the rest of the fuselage up. There's a cutout for the shoulder. So that's how you know you're kind of lined up more or less properly. See, it fits into both sides of the shoulders. And then we got to fold this red bit, which is going to be almost impossible to show, underneath the armpit. We also got to fold these bits in.
So this part for you was under the armpit when you took it out of the box?
I'm almost positive.
Okay.
On mine, it definitely was.
Yeah, mine either. And that was the whole thing. People were taking it out of the box and like, this looks like garbage.
Because it did look like garbage because it wasn't transformed properly.
That's right.
And then there's a slot on the fuselage, which is going to be impossible to show. So I'll try to show it when I'm done. So let me see if I can get this. All right. So see that red bit? It has to fold. There's a hole in the fuselage. You can see right there. So that red bit's got to plug into that hole. Let's see if I can show it on this side. I'll try. So the problem is the clearances are not good. So we kind of got to rock this bit behind, then this bit under, then fold the wing back. So like I had it like that. So you had to like put this under here, then move the wing to get the clearance to plug that in there.
Well, I think the clearances are good. I mean, you don't have to bend stuff.
You have to bend stuff. It's just that you have to move stuff in order to get to other stuff. These bits on the
it's not
shoulder
as bad as cup.
will come down and around. And then on this side, it will peg in just fine. Like that. It doesn't hold securely. Like it's just more of an implied peg. But it does peg in. This side on mine will not peg in no matter what I do.
What?
It won't on mine either, Ace. On that same
it
side.
It goes about halfway through, and that's it. It will not peg all the way down. And I forced it as much as I could, and it just will not peg all the way in. It's probably a paint tolerance, I'm guessing.
Jam it in there. Mine's
I
jammed in.
did, and it's still not. Then we're gonna take the nose
Your
cone,
dainty fingers. Just push on it.
take the nose cone, split it in half, and then kind of just rock it up like that. There's a
Is the interior
slot.
that clear?
Yeah.
Huh.
There's a slot there. There's a peg there and a slot in there. So we're kind of just gonna rock this down, line that up, peg that in. These bits will just fold back and just sit back there. They don't peg in, but they more or less sit fine. Make sure this is all folded up. That sits just like that. Then we gotta take the shoulders and just push them up, which apparently people are having problems with. I don't understand that one. Like they come in the package like that. People are having problems. You just rock it up, and push it in, and it goes right in.
Mine don't rock up that far.
Really?
Yeah, they do rock up, but not quite as far as you've got them.
Okay.
All right, John. Come on, man.
And then we have them. I'm going to swap. Hold on. I'm going to go back to my regular camera tripod real quick.
John, I want you to rock them tonight. Rock them up.
Rock them real good.
Mine are really tight. It could just be a screw needing to be loosened or
Oh, you got plenty of
something
those.
along those. Shut up, you.
Hold on. I'm just swapping cameras to get a better angle here. Oh, I need this bit. Give me 2 seconds. So I never turned my camera off on this one. So you're watching me do that. No problem. It's fine. It's fine. So this bit over there. Okay, let me just put this on this tripod and we'll be good to go in about 20 seconds.
That's odd. Why are we changing cameras? We've never changed cameras before.
I have. Sure I have. I'm just putting it
This
on
figure
the...
is just that big a shit show.
there we go. Because I can get a proper angle on this thing now so we don't have to have the tripod in the way and screwing everything up. There we go. All done. There he is. So here he is in robot mode. And that was a complete and utter disaster of a transformation. I absolutely hate it. I don't understand why they have to do all these stupid rails and all these. It's incredibly overcomplicated, over-engineered.
Well, if you
And
spatchcock a chicken, and you'll find out why they did it.
Well, if you take this and transform it, you can probably put it on a grill and get some really even cooking. Oh, I forgot to put these stupid flaps out. I hate these things, and we're going to get to it.
That's...
Oh, I got some paint rub.
You weren't gentle enough.
Okay, so there he is in robot mode. I absolutely hate that transformation. It reminds me a lot of Cup. And it's just like, get this. We want this thing to look a certain way in each mode. Do what you have to do to make it look like that at all costs. Forget about fun. Forget about intuitiveness. Just make it happen.
Well, I mean,
if you pick this thing up and give it to somebody who's never messed with it and say, here, try to figure out how to turn it into a jet, they're going to be there for hours and hours and hours trying to figure this stupid thing out.
Well, I mean, let's just admit,
about
it's
an hour
not
and a
their
half.
strength.
It took me an hour and a half to do it without the instructions.
There you go.
Hey, look, man, maybe Masterpiece isn't for you.
It is not a fun transformation. It's not intuitive. It's not something I want to do really ever again.
Well, I mean, they could have made the feet and the back look like Bumblebee to make it more fun. If that's what
That's fine. I would have much preferred that.
Oh, get out of town! Shut your mouth.
I have absolutely no problem with the way Bumblebee's feet look. So here he is. Let's run through articulation, which is where this thing is going to really start to fall apart for me. So let's start with the head. The head is on a mushroom swivel. It goes that far to that side and that far to that side. If you turn it any more, it does that.
Oh.
So it's hitting the top of the fuselage, which becomes the backpack, and it will pop off the mushroom peg. This is, to me, is completely unacceptable and is one of the shittiest things about this thing. He literally has lives, and then to put it back, it's a pain in the ass because you can't get any leverage.
Well, don't pull it off.
I didn't pull it off. All I did was turn it.
Well,
So,
you turned it so that
it.
he
you
could do
turn
the
it-
Exorcist. I mean, it's fine.
So His range of motion to the side is that.
Well, that's fine. I mean,
That is not fine. That is trash.
right.
Up,
It's
he has a swivel up to there.
That's
And then
good.
he's on a neck plate where you can get a. Actually, yeah, you can get a. Actually, no, you can't use. I thought you can use both. So if you use the neck plate, you get to there. If you use the swivel built into the head, you get to there.
That's good.
That is not good.
That's not good.
And then down, he gets to there.
Now that I'll agree with.
So
That's
he can
bad.
look dead straight. Like, okay, so that's dead straight. He can get 1/8 of a degree down. And in a bot this big, that's unacceptable.
Well, Silverbolt doesn't like to look down on people. He's a team guy.
Okay, so if he wants to talk to his team, so his team is going to be about Stunticon size, let's say. So if he wants to talk to his team, he can't see his teammate. He has to go all the way back
You can't mix
that.
Fans Toys and X-Transbots together.
to see his teammate.
I was gonna say those aren't even the same scale, and we all know it.
An elephant
Well,
and a
you
big
could-
DNA just don't mix.
You bend them at the hips.
So in order to look at his teammate, he has to
There you
bend
go.
down to look
Yep.
at his teammate,
Hey,
There
buddy,
you go.
give me a kiss.
which
Yeah.
is
Pat him on the head.
that head to me is even. I thought Motormaster's head was bad. That's worse. Like he can't even turn his head sideways. He's like Batman from Batman Begins.
Ace, that's
He's
good
looking dead
enough.
straight. That's
Come
not.
on.
Oh,
You're
that
trying to
is
have him do. Are you trying to have him be like the Exorcist and turn the head all the way around?
I would
mean, that's
rather.
good
I would
enough.
like to have him more than about 15 degrees to the side. You think 15 degrees is an acceptable range of motion on a head?
Next time I meet Ace in person, I'm going to talk to him at a 90-degree angle the whole time.
So the head to me is, and the fact that he can't look down is even worse. Like he's
Yeah.
such a huge bot, which is another problem I have. Like I think he's way too big, but that's more subjective.
Yeah,
But the
there's
fact
no
that he can't
symbol.
even look down at anything is retarded. It's terrible. It's dumb. It's
But his head's pretty.
great. It's not functional. So now we move to the shoulders, and God help.
Boo, boo.
You can see on the top there's a huge cutout for the shoulders, and you can see that the shoulders actually sit all the way down here on this diecast bit. So he's got a hard ratchet all the way around, and that's fine. It does hit the backpack, but you can maneuver around it. It's fine. So then to go out, he can go that far, which is dumb.
Wait a minute. Keep going.
To get more, you have to pull it out,
There you go.
exposing the joint.
Oh, no.
So you have to
Jesus Christ.
expose the joint to get any more out. And the more you go out, the
Oh,
further
yeah. I'm
further
doing
the
jumping
arm-
jacks with
the
my...
further the arm
Right.
is floating away from the body.
That is bad. I mean,
You know,
I'm
you
sorry.
can-
It does
you can-
look bad.
You can push it closer.
No, not like this. You can't.
There you go. You just pushed it.
No, I didn't.
I saw
I
it.
just folded it. It doesn't push any closer. So in order to have his arm articulate anything past that, actually,
I mean,
anything past that, you have to literally break his
Try and
arm
lift
away
your
from his
arm
body and
straight
have
up.
it flat.
Well, yeah, what do you...
There.
Ace, you don't even pose your figs, man.
Yes, I do.
Who's doing this? That's so ridiculous. All right.
So that is trash.
Oh, for the love of...
Bicep swivel is fine. Elbows
Garbage.
less than 90 degrees on a
Now
single hinge,
that is trash.
which is trash.
I do not like that. Yeah.
Again, like I said, these just hang out here, which I don't like. Oh, and you can see that. Remember the peg in the hole? They're actually on the top of the forearms. I thought they were on the bottom. So that's got to be for combined mode.
I just don't see why they couldn't do a double elbow there.
They
Like
could
it
have. They just chose not to.
Mark 44 Prime says you might as well just return it at this point.
Fists are typical Fans Toys fists. Not the best, not the worst.
Let me bring up the chat so I don't miss that gold.
Look at. Come on. How in the world does that look good?
Oh, yeah.
In what world does that
Oh,
look
well, I mean
good?
that does
Push
look
that
terrible,
in.
but
Oh,
but push it
push it
in.
Come on.
Oh, there you go.
It's a
Come
toy.
on.
It's a toy though. Come on, like are we being a little unforgiving, like and forgetting what these things actually are? Like
This
Actually, he looks like he has silver underarm hair or something.
Oh my goodness.
He looks like he hasn't shaved in a while.
he fucking
So the waist,
chromed his armpits.
he's European. European.
Yeah. So all you get on the waist is that. Let's see if we move these bits out of the way. Let's see if we can get any more out of it. Nope.
No, because the wing.
All you get is that.
Well, it makes sense because
That's stupid.
you can only turn his head so far, so the waist would only match his head articulation.
Well, you would want him to be
It
able
works
to move
perfect.
his head and to move his waist at the same time so he really can't say anything more than 10 degrees to his left or right.
Well, in a proper pose, you turn the head opposite to the waist.
Yeah.
There
So
you go.
he's still looking straight.
No, it's perfect.
No, it's not perfect. That is terrible. So the hips, these hip skirts. Oh, Jesus Christ. So the
Yeah,
hip
these I
skirts
don't
are
get.
these are basically floating. So the whole thing about this thing is the actual structural torso of this thing is the fuselage. And this whole bit is just basically a facade that kind of sits on top of the fuselage. So there's nothing really structural. It's really just all around here. So in order to get proper hips and hip skirts, they have to put this fake piece here. And it's not good.
Why is it not good?
So it sits way up high.
Well, why are you doing this?
Doing what? Moving the
Why
hips
are
to
you
move the
flipping
legs?
them up like that?
To move the legs?
Okay. Move
How
the
else
leg.
do you move the legs? So,
All
if,
right, move the
so
leg.
if you don't touch the hip
Oh,
skirts,
look at that!
You
It
get-
looks great.
that far.
All right.
So you get almost nothing forward.
Okay.
So in order to get the range, you have to lift the hip skirts up,
Okay.
which looks dumb.
All right. So lift it up,
So we lift it up and we get
and
to
then
there.
push the hip skirt down.
Can't. You have to
Yeah, you
fold.
can
You have
stop
to
your
fold this
lies.
bit in
Push
order
it.
to push it down,
Hey, see, he looks great.
and then you have all of that.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm displaying him at a 45-degree angle sitting down in a chair. And I
So
need
best
to-
he can get forward. Best he can get forward is there.
But you really shouldn't have to
Oh,
No, you
change in order to get a. I'm just saying.
Shouldn't.
Like,
Back to there, so his legs are very limited, and then out. We got to move all this crap out of the way. He does have 100 on the Van Dam. But you got to get these stupid hip skirts out of the way, which are up by his freaking belly button. Which he does have a belly button, by the way. It's right there.
Wow, I pushed my hip skirt down with the thing out on the side, and it works fine. But that's okay. You know what? Maybe it's because I didn't pull my balls out, and I left my balls pushed in.
I hit puberty, so.
wow.
So the hips are bad. So we'll move down. Thigh swivel built in around there is fine. I've seen people cracking somewhere in the thighs, but mine are fine. So I don't know where those are cracking. So I'm gonna call that isolated incidents. Some people have complained about this, but apparently sometimes he had red on his upper thighs, whatever part of the body you call that. That's fine. Knees, 90 degrees on the ratchet. If you don't lock that in, the knee will flip and flop around, but if you lock that in, it's fine. So
Why
just
would
make
you
sure-
not lock it in?
Because they don't come locked in the box, and people are dumb and won't think to lock them in.
My
Studio,
knee's broken.
studio,
Bunch of plebeians don't know how to fucking play with toys. All right.
studio Dre was like, shouldn't have to partially transform him just to pose him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we also have a rotation. Oh wait, never mind. Okay, I didn't know that because I never locked the knees in. So if you lock the knees in, you lose the knee swivel, which is fine.
Because you don't need one.
Yeah, it's nice to have, but I guess if you want to, you can just unpeg it and then get the knee swivel.
Yeah.
But it's not really
Only
necessary.
robots can swivel their knees anyway. So.
Hey, listen, I can break your knee and swivel it. Now we come to the bane of Fan Store's existence, his feet. So the feet are so we can go. So without transforming anything, you can get. Well, so this little door piece obviously is on a slider. So if we cheat and lift that up, we can get the full range up.
If you cheat, the full range up. Look, all right.
And
yeah,
a little
I'm gonna pose it with my
and a little bit
the whole
down.
full all the way down. There you go.
But if you don't cheat and
laying on
leave
his
that down, you get up to about there.
Oh, great. Yeah, if you don't
And
move
then-
the piece that's meant to move, then it doesn't work. Right.
Well, that's the transformation.
Anyway.
And now, the best part, the ankle tilt is that.
There you go.
Terrible.
which at this point is fully expected of a Fans Toys figure, and that is completely and utterly horrible. So basically, you're not getting anything wider than that.
Meeting expectations.
So yeah,
That's a degree more than Hydra.
we did meet expectations with the feet. The feet are complete and utter trash.
Yeah, I would have liked a larger ankle rocker as well.
And so I've heard people complaining, saying, "Oh, Zeta has the same articulation." So we're going to test that in a little bit. So then the other thing is the backpack. I hate how these bitches hang out. I don't understand why they didn't put if they would have put a swivel, like because they can go up tighter. That's a little bit better. If they would have put a swivel in here and made these be able to swivel up, and just had these bits like maybe see, and then people would complain that they poked out over the shoulder.
Yeah,
They would have if they would have figured out how to get them to like maybe like halfway, like that. I think that
all they needed was one more hinge.
Yeah, all they needed was a mushroom peg in there and just have it swivel up.
What
I think that would have looked a lot better.
What if instead of having like the nose cone gimmick, they like able to make those black pieces fold up like around the side or something?
Like have these go up like that?
Yeah,
that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But literally, all they had to do was put like a mushroom swivel here and just had these swivel, and I think it would have looked better. I've seen people mess with it, or if they would have, then they would have had to get rid of the landing gear. But if they would have had this, been able to swivel this way, and then rock down, that would have solved it too.
There's a million ways it could have been solved.
There's plenty of ways they could have done it, but I feel like the way they did it was lazy. And then, I mean, it's not too bad from the front. You really can't see it there, but if you start to turn it, you can start to see it. And it does. It's not the best.
Well, I mean, you can't turn his waist, so you can't see it.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it works perfect.
The other thing is he does have super hollow backs of knees. Backs of knees, which normally I wouldn't give a shit about, but if you do actually try to pose him and you turn the legs, you can just see his knee just floating.
Well, that's because you're looking down. What you need to do is put him on a higher shelf, and then it'll work.
Oh, you gotta put him on a super high shelf.
Can't look down.
Look, let's just admit it. It's a gorgeous figure that has a lot of engineering issues.
So,
my goodness.
Normally, I wouldn't give a shit about that because I don't. Who posed the figures from the back? So I don't care about it that way. What I care about is if you actually try to pose it and fold it this way, that looks completely horrible.
Well, we got Zeta we can pose.
Not the best.
I want to see Ace's shelves. That's what I want to see.
Come over.
I want to see how dynamic everything looks.
All right, so let's do. Wait. Okay. So size comparisons.
Ace, you forgot to complain that there's no ratchet in the outward hip motion.
Oh, there isn't. The hips.
Because you usually complain about that, so I'm just pointing that out. We want to make sure we're complete here.
I don't know why that bothers everybody. I've never had a figure that.
So.
Yeah,
that was a problem in.
This side is fine.
Yeah, I don't like outward ratchets either.
This side is fine. This side is not.
Right in the trash.
So we'll see how it holds up long-term standing. Okay, also here's his gun, which is comically small.
Well, I mean, it's going to be either comically small or comically big. I mean, it's
there's no
Silverbolt.
comically in the middle.
Looks like Silverbolt's gun. I'm not even going to have him hold it. He holds it fine. It looks small when he's holding it.
He's got small peener.
Those legs are already starting to do the splits. All right, so here he is with. Oh my god! As I'm knocking everything over, there he is with Prime.
Still best figure.
Which I feel he's. I don't remember what is he. What is he on the Sunbow? Is he supposed to be taller than Prime? I don't remember him being taller.
No.
They are not actually on the Sunbow chart, so it's all up to how you see him in whichever episode of cartoon you want.
I don't remember him being half a head taller.
I think they were pretty big, but yeah, I can't quite recall. Let me just go on Tubi TV and check it out.
Dude, I've been digging
Megatron.
that.
Shout out to Spin to win on that Megatron.
Oh yeah. There he is with an MP car. I should probably. I should
That
probably
looks
grab-
really wrong. They don't even look like they belong.
Yeah, I feel like this Sandstorms is definitely overscaled.
Overscaled.
Oversized.
The new complaint.
There's Motormaster. They're about the same height.
That looks fine to me. I think they look good next to each other.
I should have grabbed a seeker. Should I grab a seeker real quick?
Yeah.
All right. Official or MP or master or make toys?
Yes.
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 Fake
Okay.
toys.
1 second.
Just yes.
Just
That's all you
yes.
gotta say.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it looks damn good, like the aesthetics, but that's always the thing with fans toys, right? Is that the
Yeah.
common complaint that they look great, but then when in actual like playing with the figure, it's just not fun.
That was the problem I had with it. Like, it's beautiful. It's just, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I've been having some fun posing them and stuff. I've been having a good time. I am just ecstatic that finally a company finally decided to not simply just put a box with wings on in alt mode for Silverbolt.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. That exactly. That the underneath the plane,
Yeah.
it's different than most of the silver bolts you see. You know, because that's what they usually are, right? Just the box,
Yeah.
the box underneath there. So, stack.
So for me, I mean, I'll go through a rough transformation if the payoff is there,
Yeah.
you know. But like that's why I haven't transformed Cup
He
Art
touched
to your
over a
Springer,
little bit, but
you know.
Let me get the idea.
Yeah.
so he
Love that figure. Face
quite
is
a
too
bit
dark.
bigger.
I swapped my face out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Because the other two have a lighter paint on the face.
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think of that.
I'm gonna go back and look. What was their debut at? The Key Defector Sigma? Was that the episode?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Part 2.
Yeah, part 2, because they're built in at the end. Like, part 1 is, I forget where it ends.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you want to see before we do the obvious comparison?
You didn't grab an official?
No, you want me to?
I mean, the answer was yes.
Oh,
And you had to ask. So
Okay.
You should have just
okay.
brought
Hold on.
I'm just being a pain in the ass.
Oh man, the joints are exposed when you lift the arms up. That's comedy.
He's reaching.
Bad comedy.
I get it.
Indeed.
He's
I've heard some complaints in my day, but
I still have an open mind, dude. I got my box from Hanny. It's still on my fucking chair right here. I haven't opened it.
Okay.
Yo, he towers over, man.
Yeah, he's too big.
Oh yeah.
Way. Not way too big, but he's definitely too big.
so it's just you just don't want him to be that big.
I don't think he should be this big. I'm not, but if I keep him, I'm not going to display him with anything else except the aerial bots.
But that's just him, though, right? Like, we don't have the others out
we
yet
don't.
to compare, but the other ones aren't supposed to be as tall as he is, right?
They're not supposed to be, no.
So if they're a little bit shorter, then I feel like for
I
him
think-
being the leader, then it's fine for him to be a little bit
I
bigger.
think they'll scale good together, but I don't think they scale well with anything else.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the problem they've all run into doing combiner bots in this new bigger scale.
He scales well with Dinobots.
So
He's like
the obvious
somebody-
one,
Damn.
here he is with the Zeta.
All right. So that
Zeta
was
is way
my.
too fucking big.
Zeta's big
It's
too.
the same height.
He's
How
the
come no
same
one
height.
complained about that?
Because I'm not keeping this thing in focus. This guy's not going in combined mode. And we knew the Zeta was going to be oversized.
We knew. I didn't know that.
Mm,
It's insane.
That's kind of their thing.
So
I
here
mean,
they are
they,
together.
I mean, they made them like the same height, so maybe they're in that right ballpark for the size of those characters. I don't know.
Oh, also, I didn't show it. He comes with extra heads. They're still in the box. One has a thicker chin strap and a different expression.
The Zeta one looks sad.
He looks
Looks like
happier
he's
than
doing
him.
a pouty face. No, he looks like he's doing a pouty face. Like,
Well, hey, look, when you get demoted to the bottom shelf, wouldn't you be sad?
The Fans Toys kills the Zeta on the fucking head sculpt
So
because the Fans Toy, that shit looks like Silverbolt, like spot on.
So here we can see kind of the backpack, the backs, and how they kind of did things differently.
And the Zeta backpack is actually what he looks like in the cartoon in the back.
Yeah.
With the wings like that.
Mhm.
Technically, this one is a little bit more compact because they put the wings on the bottom, whereas the wings on here are here. You know, these bits end up down here on the Fans Toys one. That's kind of where the difference is. And then I forgot how this thing how this thing transforms. I forgot where the nose cone I think is tucked up in here. So it's a completely different solution.
That's kind of neat to see, considering you see a lot of things transform the same. So it's interesting to see a different take.
But you can see how the legs on the Zeta clean up a lot better.
Mm.
But so just looking at them, which one looks better? Obviously, Fan Toys has never been bad at sculpts, and that there's no doubt about it.
Mhm.
And then this backpack was never great.
I want to see the shoulder articulation on the Zeta.
So Zeta has wonky shoulders too,
Oh, okay.
but they definitely perform better. So we'll start with the head. So everybody's saying that this has the same articulation. So I'm pretty sure that he has better side-to-side head articulation. What do you guys think? I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Let's see. Up. Zeta's got it by a little bit, not a ton. A little bit. And then, let's see, down. Zeta's got him down by about double. But still,
I wouldn't say double. Double? Come on.
Well, that would be about Fan Toys, and that's about him. So it's about double because this guy's barely moving.
It's double a teensy amount.
And again, I've never liked this backpack on him, but
You can see how much better and nicer the paint is on the Fan Toy.
1,000%.
I like how you have to keep fiddling with the Zeta one every time you touch it.
Yeah,
But-
well, it's not. Listen, I never said I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah, right.
So the shoulders, so his can lift up, his can lift up, but his kind of float, but it's not as
Kind of
disgusting.
Just push the
They're
damn
higher.
shoulder in. It pushes in. You don't have to have it like, there you go.
You still got the stupid armature hanging out. This one's got the joint kind of hanging out.
But it's not
Same
metal, so
shit.
It looks better.
Yeah,
Same shit. Same
it
shit.
looks the same. You can
That's
just
just as bad.
actually
Just as
readjust
bad.
the
To
Fan
get
Toys
that,
one.
to get that, it all hangs out.
So if you want him fucking doing John Travolta dance moves, that's what you're gonna have to work with, I guess. Unfortunately, it's like,
Right.
Ratchet said it's basically the same. It's gotta fucking fuck with his shoulders every time you move them.
Too.
Waist, no contest. Backpack stability, he wins 1,000%. Waist is no contest. Even though Zeta's is limited, it's still leagues better.
Leagues.
Leagues.
Is large.
Leagues.
League is a
Leagues in
long
the league.
distance. Long distance.
You got to hold it there, don't you? Let go of it.
Oh no! Look, you had to. You had to flip up the hip flap to make the leg go up. Oh my god!
my goodness.
Son
But
of
his
a
hip skirt is
bitch.
actually at his hip instead of at his belly button.
Oh my god!
The crotch on the Zeta definitely looks better, like cleaner. Except for maybe those windows.
Come on, you can get it one more up there. Come on.
All right, push the hip.
Come on, get it up there. Get it up there.
Hold on, I gotta fuck with the hip skirts.
There you go.
Nope, it won't lock. Nope.
Come on.
There's another ratchet, but it won't click.
You can't get it? One more click.
I'm pushing it. No, it'll break. It'll break. So Zeta wins on that. The bandana's the same, except his are ratcheted. And this stupid backpack is still a piece of shit.
Hangman EXE says, "Christ, man, put some glue and tighten up those swing bars.
What swing bars?
The ones on your Zeta, so they stop coming unpegged."
Yeah, he's in combined mode anyway. Knees. Actually, oh, no, there we go. Knees are equal, both 90 degrees. He doesn't have the hollow knees. And then the feet. So people were saying that he had the same foot articulation.
Uh-oh.
So I'm pretty sure that this
Dude,
is more ankle tilt
yeah,
than
yeah,
Fanstoys has.
Oh, now you're just being ridiculous.
That's a faux rocker.
How is that a faux rock?
That is a faux, yeah, because
That
it's
was
only on the toe. It's only the toe tip.
Not move with it.
Only the toe tip.
That's not even. Yeah, he doesn't even rock.
So if you don't cheat with the transformation, you get more up and you get all the way down. So I don't understand how that is less of an ankle rocker
Oh my goodness.
than
I mean, that's fine.
Well, he doesn't even have a whole foot, dude. He only has half a foot.
that.
He's got a whole foot.
I'll take half a foot that looks good in a pose over that.
I mean, I get your argument, but like,
Do you
But
need
yeah,
it? Do you
the
need it really to rock
demonstration is
more than
just-
that, though? Do you-
Yes. Do you want more of a pose than an A stance like that? Then yes, you do. Otherwise, you go like that, and now his foot is sideways. So put your foot sideways on the floor like that, and see how good that feels.
I would never pose my figure. Like
see, if you were smart, you pose the other figures in front of him, then you don't see his feet.
So for me, obviously, now which one looks better?
Fanstoys.
There's no question.
Fanstoys.
The Fanstoys look miles better. But for me, for performance, the Zeta outperforms it in basically every way.
every way. Oh man! All right, so,
Tell him how you feel, Brink. Let him know.
dude. I mean, all I know is every time he touched that Zeta, he's constantly fixing things, But yet, it beats the other one in every way. I don't
It's just the stupid backpack, which I've said is
Why do
stupid.
you have to deal in so extremes? I mean, just say you just don't like the Fanstoys one. Just say that.
I don't like the Fanstoys.
Comparing it to something else. Say
Well,
just,
because people kept
everything's gotta
crying,
be-
saying it's the same, it has the same articulation.
Ah, man,
Well, Zeta obviously does not have the same articulation. Zeta obviously has significantly more articulation.
I don't know, man. That Zeta looks like.
Yeah, we look at
That looks like-
them.
that
Look
looks
at
like-
them next to each
I
other,
never
and
did
it's like
Zeta.
it's almost no contest. It's
that
almost
Zeta looks almost like a.
It looks like trash compared to the
It looks like a. It's the TFC Superion, just like 1 year later. Maybe.
And also double bend elbows.
All right, that's pretty
Girl.
awesome. That's
it's the TFC Aries against the Pharaoh Rex. Like that's the difference.
If you're
right
going for looks, if all you care about is looks, then 100% Fanstoys kills it. There's absolutely no question. And if anybody says anything differently, they're lying.
there. Looks can kill. Looks can kill.
For me, I don't give a flying fuck about looks. I care more about the performance,
That's what my mirror says.
playability, and that's what my wife tells me every morning, and I feel good about myself when I leave.
Wow, that was cunty.
But for me, I don't give a fuck the way it looks. I don't care if it's painted. I don't care if it's not painted. I care about how it performs and how it's how fun it is to play with and mess with and pose. And there's no question the Zeta is leagues better in that regard. If you want something that looks pretty on a shelf that you're never going to play with, sure, he's great. But for
I mean,
for
if we're just-
for
yeah,
what,
go ahead.
$50 more than the Zeta, and it doesn't come with any combiner parts. It doesn't come. It comes with 2 extra heads and the gun. That's all it comes with accessory wise.
I'm telling you, Fans Toy Superior now is going to be a figure sold separately. So
It could be.
Yeah.
No, from what the new rumor is, the last bot's going to come with all the combiner bits, and it's going to be just as expensive as the core bots.
Got to pay if you want to play.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I understand people like, yeah, Fake Toys is great because it looks great. I 1000% agree it looks great, but I don't give a fuck about that. I want a fun toy that I can pick up off a shelf and mess with, and this ain't it.
Yeah, but 95% of these dudes are just gonna put the shit on the shelf until the rest of them come out, and then eventually combine it. So that's it.
That's perfectly fine for those people.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what I want. That's not what's good. That's not what I care about with toys.
I just hope the combiner doesn't have the same kind of weird issues.
I just don't understand why all these people that say I just want something that looks good on the shelf, I'm never going to touch it, I'm never going to transform it, buy statues.
Because they've graduated, man. It's a different level. Different level.
I don't understand. You're paying a premium for a figure that transforms, and then you're not going to transform it, and you're not going to get enjoyment out of that part of it, and you're paying all this extra. I don't know. I don't get it. I just flat out don't get it. But like the engineering on this thing is god awful. It's worse than Cup. I never bother with Rogue, but it's worse than Hydra.
I mean, to be fair, neither one of them are really great in any one particular
fine.
like. He's fine, but
to transform, he's fine.
He's fine, but he's got a lot of issues too. Like the build on that one's not as good.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Like this backpack keeps coming unpegged. You know, this backpack is more solid because it has a more significant peg to hold the cockpit in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, there's aesthetic issues with him. There's build issues with him. There's engineering issues with him. Like, it's not a good toy.
There's Ace Milo issues with it.
Is what?
Ace Milo issues with it.
Ace Milo issues with it.
The way I think of it is the Fans Toys one is like a collectible, and the Zeta one is more like a toy.
Nah, I think they're both collectibles. Just some are different than others.
Well, they are, but the different degrees of each.
Listen to me. It just keeps going.
So,
Ace, I agree with your pros and cons between the two, but the way you demonstrate them is just a little fucking over the top sometimes.
People were crying, saying that the Zeta is the same, and it's clearly not the same.
What I would like is the look and build of the Fans Toys one with the Zeta's engineering.
That would be ideal.
You know, all Zeta's got to do is like make their stuff a little more expensive, make it a little bit better, tighter, throw some paint on it. You know, they could compete, but they're different, completely different products.
So,
from my point of view,
so hopefully, I got my opinion of like why I don't like this thing. I understand it's my opinion, but coming at it, you know.
I'm just glad the rest of the world can share in the pain of the chat that we're in together now, and I don't have to deal with it all by myself anymore. That's fine.
But this to me is probably the weakest thing they put out in a while since Hoodlum and Hydra. Actually,
wow, really?
Yeah, this thing is terrible.
Oh man, I don't own Hydra, but yeah, it's definitely
Hydra's bad. It's better than Hoodlum. It's as bad as Hydra. So we still got. I don't even know if I should bother trying to do it because I don't think he can.
Oh, we've come this far.
We got to at least try, right? He might have to go through the front because I don't think he's making it. No, there's no
way.
He could point at. Yep. So did you guys ever notice in Back to the Future 3? He's a little tidbit for you. In Back to the Future 3, at the very end when he's giving the speech on the train, and he's got his kids, Jules and Vern. Remember?
Yeah.
One of the kids, it shows it in the final in the theatrical version, points at his crotch, goes like this. Apparently he had to go to the bathroom, and they kept doing take after take after take.
Oh, that's funny.
So the take they actually used was one where he goes like this, and then he points at his crotch. The next time you watch Back to the Future 3, look out for that. It's on the DVD, the Blu, everything. It's in the final version. So he can do that. He can say, "Look," but there's no way.
Not even if you uncombobulate the
Let's see if
shoulder.
we discombobulate the shoulder. We get a little closer.
Oh my god,
We get a little better, but with
that's terrible.
not even.
No, you should thank them for putting that
Let's see
shoulder
if we
joint
can-
in there for you.
Hold on. Let's see if we can. No, he can get it past his head. He can
Because he can't bend that elbow.
And he
hide
can't turn
his
his
shame.
and he
But
can't turn his head enough to like
Nope.
follow.
so to me, the lack of articulation in the head is a joke. The lack of foot articulation is a joke. These shoulders are the worst engineering I've seen them do in a long time.
Dude, I think the shoulders are fine, but the
I hate
elbow really bothers me.
I hate the shoulders. I hate the single bend elbows. I hate having the wheels hanging out. I hate
the wheels.
I hate these hips. These hip skirts are terrible. They always get in the way.
Maybe when we see the combiner, we'll see why all these sacrifices had to be made.
This thing is going
Like-
to turn to a block and plug in.
Well, maybe it has to be that way for some reason we don't know yet. Like,
No, all these were 1,000% for jet mode. 1,000%. So, like I said, if there was a way I can have them displayed in jet mode and have it fit someplace, I'd probably do that.
That's a damn good looking robot, though.
100%, but it's a complete failure to me as an action figure.
actually, you know what? I'll agree with that. I think it is kind of a failure as an action figure, but it does if you just want like a posable silver bolt, it's great for that.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks awesome.
Yeah, this it's
I mean, it's not
Like,
too posable, but it's pretty posable.
it's semi-posable. Like I said, it looks great, but it's a terrible action figure to me. But any other questions?
No question.
Any other? You also got all this bit of business. So if you need to know how to do the shoulders for any reason, I'll just pull these out so you can see. That's the way that they're supposed to be.
Wait, what?
The red bits.
Oh, okay.
So if you need to see how they go, 'cause people couldn't figure out to plug the little red bit in and fold that up. I don't understand that one, but whatever. That's the way that's supposed to go. Oh, these shoulders are dumb. All right. So any other questions, anything else before we get out of here? Because we ended up running long after all that.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
You love it?
I love it.
How far do you think how many Limbots are you going to try before you decide whether you're going to give up
I'll
on this
get
thing
all
or
of them,
not?
at least for the show, and then if anything, I'll sell them as a set when the price hikes.
Oh, okay.
Because I still want to check them out. Because maybe the rest of the jets will be great. You know, the Motormaster was definitely a step up. I don't think the Motormaster was a home run, but I think it's definitely 85-90%.
No, I like the Motormaster. It wasn't perfect, but I liked it.
Has anybody complained about these? Because he has the same thing as Motormaster, the clear bits.
Dust only. Dust doesn't like their use of translucent bits.
That doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I do like them. I like how they put that in all their figs.
I mean, it's more obvious in Motormaster because they're contrasting colors. It's the purple on black. Then these are just clear over red.
Yeah.
But that stuff don't bother me. But all right. No other questions? We can get out of here.
No, we're good.
Okay, Brian, you want to run down the late chat?
Sure. We had EE Prime 20 in here. Noble Young, Bot in Disguise, Alexandre B, Smash Master 13, Josh F, Antoine was in here, Pocket Wookie, Buzzsaw Eject, Tekka Man 2K6, Jeremy B, KJ Smith, Abuda Nole, Sam M, Paul R, Ty Dirium Hanger, Jordan H, Studio J, Mark 44 Prime, The Dust Mites is in here, Lord Shadowkeeper, Rogue War, and Hangman EXE.
Oh, it's a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, man.
Very good.
Fans Toys brings all the people to the yard,
Well, while we got you, where are you at?
You can find me at Brinkalizer on Instagram, Brian Brink, in Facebook groups. Go buy a Unicron. Let's get this thing funded.
Yeah, please. It's gonna be funded. It's gonna be. I tell you, it's gonna be like 3 or 4 days before, and then it's gonna go up to like 10, 11,000, 12,000. That's the way every Kickstarter goes. John, what yoga studio can we find you at tonight?
No yoga studio. TM Servo 3K on Instagram, although I don't use it much anymore, and John Gibbons in the Facebook groups, and every other Wednesday here with you guys.
All right, JD.
You can find me Tuesday nights on Breaking the Mold, and every other Wednesday here with you fellas. Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. And probably for the next hour, I'll be editing as many photos as I can.
Be live on Pornhub.
Trying to make it for that deadline.
Yep. I got one in so far, but I
just got literally one that I did a while ago just to fucking get something in. I had a plan, but it didn't work.
I liked yours, Zay. That was a good one.
Nobody liked mine.
I had a better plan, but
What's this photo thing?
I don't
Nothing.
know.
It's a
I don't know.
secret.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
They're trading dick pics.
Jose.
Harrick and BX all over social media. Check out Verbally Challenge on all audio platforms. Breaking the Mold on Tuesday nights. Every other Wednesday right here on FIGGAH Bangin. Thanks, guys.
My phone's like 10,000 degrees right now. It's hot down here already. Barely charged. It was on the charger the whole time. Barely charged. Whew. I'm sweating like a whore in church.
Oh.
I'm at A Smiler pretty much everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, even though I don't post anything. Twitter, even though I don't post anything anymore. Follow the other Facebook under my real name. Figure it out. Not that hard. Follow the Cool Table Network on Facebook while you're there. Check out all the other Cool Table Network shows. Just follow the Facebook group and you'll be notified. Uh-oh, JD's calling somebody. Hey now. What else? NJCC is coming up in what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, the 18th.
18th.
Yep.
That'll be a good time. Come say hi. Come by our crap.
Yeah, indeed.
And then that following weekend is the Hershey show. So anybody's coming, hit us up.
Nice. Yeah, man. I'll hit you up for that.
You got a place to crash. So if you're staying.
Check out all the other Cool Table Network shows. Said that. Follow it on Twitter, on Facebook to be notified when there's new episodes. Pretty much every day we got you covered. And yeah, that's about gonna do it for us tonight. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks for the next show. Thanks for joining us live. Thanks for watching After the Fact, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Peace.